We're going to move on to John's question next. He says, hey guys, what would you say to those who start their career later in life? I started in the thick of the messy middle at 31 and now I'm 34. And though we can now live comfortably and save 25%, I can't help but feel behind after missing out on my most opportunistic investment years. Any advice, words of encouragement? Thanks for everything y'all do.
Well, John, I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people find themselves in this situation. Some folks, it might be because, we see this all the time with clients of ours that are in the medical profession. They go to like a gazillion years of school and they have to go through residency, and they really don't start getting into their like good, quote unquote, doctor money until they do get into their 30s. And they recognize that some of their peers who started in the workforce and started saving at 22, 23, 24 now have almost a decade ahead of them. Or maybe you're one of those people who I didn't get it figured out in my 20s. I didn't take finances seriously until I got to my 30s. You're not alone in that. And the messy middle is a difficult time to figure that out. But you said something I love. You said, hey, I'm 34 years old now and I'm saving 25%. I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I would encourage you, go to moneyguy.com/resources. We have a deliverable called what can 25% do for you? This will show that even at 34 years old, if you're able to save 25% of your gross income, there's a really good chance that when you get to retirement, if you work all the way out until age 65, you're going to be able to replace about 85% of your pre-retirement income. So without doing anything else, you are going to be on track. That's why we picked that 25% number. But rather than just basing it on the deliverable, I think one of the interesting things, and probably here at 34 is not a bad time to do this, you have to begin constructing, okay, what's the end game? What am I working towards? Am I working towards age 55 retirement? Am I looking at a 65 retirement? What is my number that I know I need to hit? And then that will help you reverse engineer into, okay, did I really miss out on time in my 20s that I need to make up for? Or will saving 25% at my current trajectory put me right where I want to be when I get to financial independence?
First of all, John, I want to welcome you to becoming a financial mutant who's struggling through the messy middle. And and for those of you who are new, because we know that we're picking up new subscribers all the time, when we talk about the messy middle, I think a lot of you probably identify that because you're short on both time, you're short on money, and you're like, how do I make all this happen? And then you have this newfound skill is that you're a financial mutant. You make your money work for you harder than you can with your back, your brain, your hands, and you want to own your time that much sooner. But you're quickly realizing, man, I just don't know. Do I need to be saving more? Because this feels good to save and invest and let my money grow. But man, I have so many things I need to be doing with my family to make sure I'm maximizing every decade I'm on this planet. Those things are in complete conflict with each other. And Bo's right. You can go to moneyguy.com/resources and look at what 25%. But I think I want to go deeper than that and tell you, first of all, I want you to set yourself free. 31 and now you're 34, so you've been on this track really hot and heavy for the last 3 years. I don't want you to be too hard on yourself because everyone has a big regret. I mean, when we do our annual millionaire survey of all of our millionaire clients and we say, what's your biggest financial regret? Every time, I mean, you can set your clock to it. They say, I wish I'd have started earlier. I wish I could go tell my 20-year-old self, do a little bit more. So everyone has this big regret. So let yourself off the hook to a degree. Give yourself more grace. But then I would go a step further than even the free resource. A lot of times people wonder, why do these guys have these tools and courses? They already are financial advisors. They're picking up clients from it. You are the perfect case study, John, of why we created the Know Your Number course and tool, is because I was like, there's going to be a whole group of people that don't need a financial advisor, but they need to know, are they ahead of the curve, behind the curve, or right where they need to be? So we actually created a tool so you can put in all of your assumptions. You can even play around with rates of return. You can play around with inflation. You can play around with what happens if you save a little bit more. So now instead of you guessing or just looking at a chart of what 25%, you can actually think about your real goals, your life, and know if you're ahead of the curve, behind the curve, or right where you need to be. And here's why this is so important. While you're in the messy middle, because you're balancing not only the financial stuff, you're balancing your relationships Wouldn't it be nice if you actually know where you're going to? You're actually you're guiding this thing, and you can communicate this with your spouse, and y'all can be united on this. And then maybe once you do the homework and you actually do the steps, you can say, hey, we're fine. It's okay if we go on this trip. It's okay if we spend a little bit extra on these activity fees for the kids, because maybe you have a daughter who's in dance or some other thing that's expensive. You'll feel much better about it because you did the work, and that's exactly why we created the courses and the tools. So go to learn.moneyguy.com and we'll hook you up.
And 34 is still young.
Oh, that's great.
Right. It's not 34 is not 54. Not that 54 is old. It's just 34 is younger. It's not old. There is still plenty of time. One of the things that I absolutely love is that as this question came in, I'm watching the live chat, and there's so many people saying, hey, I didn't start till I was 30, or I got started at 31, or that's my story, or this is so relatable. What I love about this little universe that we get to live in is it's an unbelievable community. So John, if you like talking with other people and interacting with other people that are in a similar situation, trying to solve the same types of problems, we have tons of areas where you can do that. I was trying to write them down, Reba, and you got to correct me because I don't know them all. Like, we have the live chat. Obviously, this is Financial Mutants, but then we also have Facebook page you can go be a part of. Our Discord exists where you can participate in the Discord. We have Reddit that you can go do the Reddit thing on. These are all amazing places that if you want to surround yourself with other financial mutants, there's a medium for you to be able to do that. Yeah?
Yes, sir. And if you want, Reddit's out there. If you're a Redditor, definitely go find our subreddit. It's just the Money Guy Show, I believe. And there's a lot of people in there. It's been really fun to see that community grow. And if you're interested in the private Facebook group, if you're a member of one of our courses, that's where everybody who's taking a course for the Money Guy Show gets to talk about that, share ideas, swap information, and sometimes get exclusive announcements too, or early announcements from us. So definitely check out Reddit and then learn.moneyguy.com if you're interested in that deeper dive and that more exclusive conversation.